Welcome back. Today we begin our journey into the deepest mystery of human existence, the forbidden DNA blueprint. Before we dive into the ancient labs, subscribe to our channel and join our growing circle. For centuries, we were told we were the product of random mutations and slow evolution. But the truth is far more clinical and intentional. The Book of Enoch and the Sumerian cylinder speak of the same event, the descent of the Anunnaki and the Watchers. They were the master architects who edited our very essence. Every strand of your DNA is a complex line of code written by a non-human intelligence. We are walking time capsules, carrying secrets that span across galaxies and dimensions. Today, we peel back the layers of the genetic lie to find the original design. This is the blueprint that was never meant to be found by the slave, but inherited by the sovereign who is ready to wake up and see the world as it truly is. Imagine a laboratory that predates the mountains we see today. The antediluvian world was not a primitive place. It was a high-tech hub of biological engineering. The Anunnaki required a specific frequency to anchor their consciousness into this physical density, and they found it in the primitive hominids of Earth. They didn't create life from nothing. They hijacked the natural flow of terrestrial evolution. By inserting their own celestial markers into the genetic coil, they created the Adamu, the first human interface. This was the birth of the forbidden blueprint. They used gold not just as a metal for wealth, but as a superconductor to stabilize the energetic connection between the physical body and the eternal soul. This is why our entire history is obsessed with gold. It is the deep physical memory of our genetic stabilization. Mainstream science is a wall built to keep you from looking inward and discovering your power. When modern geneticists finally mapped the human genome, they were shocked to find that only a tiny fraction of it had a clear purpose. They labeled the rest junk DNA to discourage further study. This is the ultimate deception. In the forbidden blueprint, there is absolutely no junk. Those silent strands are actually dormant holographic processors of immense power. They were deactivated by the ancient controllers to limit our perception to the 5 basic senses. But the code is still there, hidden in the shadows of your cells, waiting for the right resonance to wake up. The Anunnaki didn't just give us life, they gave us a prison of flesh with a very specific hidden key. As the control grid cracks, the junk is starting to vibrate again. How do you wake up a dormant genetic code? The ancients knew that DNA responds directly to sound, light, and intention. The Druids, the Egyptians, and the Watchers used specific harmonic frequencies to maintain the integrity of the forbidden blueprint. They built megaliths, not as tombs for kings, but as massive tuning forks for the human genome. When you stand in a high vibrational place, your cells begin to decrypt the stolen knowledge stored in your blood. The system replaced these natural frequencies with the hum of iron, industry, and toxic noise to keep the blueprint locked. They wanted a predictable worker, not a creative god. But the Earth itself is now changing its fundamental resonance. The Schumann resonance is shifting, and it is acting as a global software update for your biological cells. We must ask the most difficult question of all. Why did they engineer us in the first place? The Forbidden Blueprint suggests that humans were designed as biological containers for energetic output. The Anunnaki harvested what some call Loosh, the intense emotional energy produced by the human vessel. By editing our DNA, they created a being capable of extreme fear and blind worship, two frequencies they could easily consume and utilize. This is why our history is a repetitive loop of wars, suffering, and organized religions. It is a managed planetary harvest. However, the blueprint also contained a hidden flaw they couldn't fix, the spark of the infinite source. Even with their advanced engineering, they couldn't completely extinguish the light of the true soul. As we reclaim our true history, we become the forest hackers of our own biology. We are no longer waiting for a distant savior to unlock our potential or grant us permission. By understanding the mechanics of the Forbidden Blueprint, we can consciously participate in our own rapid evolution. This involves shifting our internal frequency through focused intention, rhythmic breath, and the total rejection of the Roman grid's toxins. Your DNA is a programmable medium, sensitive to every signal. Every thought you have and every word you speak is a direct command line in the genetic interface. The Anunnaki knew this power, and now we are finally remembering how to use it. The ancient future is not something we find in a book. It is something we activate within the flow of our own blood. Are the Anunnaki returning to Earth, or did they never actually leave our reality? Some believe they are waiting in the shadows of lunar outposts, watching their experiment reach its inevitable climax. Others say they have already integrated into the high-frequency layers of our corporate and political world. Regardless of their physical location, their interface is logging back in. The celestial reboot is not just about the planet's surface, it's about the return of the original architects to check the progress of their work. But this time, the humanity they find is fundamentally different. We have seen the blueprint. We have recognized the engineering behind the veil. We are no longer the Adamu who follows orders without question. The final collapse of the old systems is the necessary fire that reveals the golden truth of our celestial origin. We stand at the grand threshold of a new era. The Forbidden DNA blueprint is no longer a secret kept in dark caves. It is a reality vibrating in your cells every single day. You are the bridge between the antediluvian past and the celestial future. The legacy of the stars is waking up, and nothing can stop the final activation. The interface is stable, the signal is strong, and the code is now fully active within you. But as the code stabilizes, I must ask you, do you feel the shift more as a quiet internal awakening, or as a strange synchronization with the world around you? Share your experience in the comments below. The circle is listening. To stay connected to the signal, subscribe to this channel and like this video to spread the light. See you in the next story about our past.